I'm checking my microphone to make sure it's working. Hey guys, welcome to EnorWiseTV, and today we are in my kitchen and we're going to be preparing egusi soup. Guys, we're not here to joke. This egusi soup is special because I know not everybody prepares egusi soup with bitter leaf, but I'm going to be adding bitter leaf to this particular recipe, and trust me, by the time you prepare this type, your neighbors are going to be asking you if you went to a restaurant to get the food, because this particular recipe is chef's kiss. Anyway guys, please pardon me if I'm looking exhausted. I don't know, today has been a really long day for me. Anyway, while we are gisting, let's start the cooking process so that we don't take up much of our time. So in here I have my protein already, and I want to start preparing my protein or cooking. To be honest guys, I thought I'd already turned it on. I didn't know that I hadn't turned it on. So now I'm just adding in my salt to it. Adding my salt. I'm gonna be adding in Maggi seasoning. For those who may not know, it's this. So I hope you guys can see me clearly. Please let me just confirm to be sure this thing is recording. Okay guys, I had to be sure that this thing is recording because if you follow me well on my page, I was supposed to do this live with preparing omiobe, but I was recording. First of all, I was supposed to do it live, but my network that day decided to embarrass itself, not me. I'm going to be adding half into it because I have a lot of protein in this pot, so that one I did wasn't enough, so I'm just going to be adding half. So what was I saying? Yeah, I wanted to record this thing and stream it live, but guys, guess the terrible thing that happened to me after cooking that omiobe, gisting and everything, only for me to end the video and realize that I didn't use video. I actually used time lapse. For those of you who use an iPhone, you understand what I mean. So I hit time lapse instead of video. So all my efforts down the drain. It was quite alarming. So this is actually pepper, your normal grounded pepper. Do you add pepper to your meat when cooking? I usually do. Without even my chicken, if I'm cooking stew, I'm used to it now. I always add pepper to mine. So I'm just gonna add in a bit of water. I've not introduced you guys to the ingredients I'll be using. It's gonna be a long night. By the way, guys, hold on, please. I'm trying to get water. By the way, guys, if I tell you this is 9 p.m., would you believe? So, what was I saying? It's not easy talking to yourself because I know you guys are there, but it's as if I'm talking to myself in the kitchen. I'm just getting my trusty wooden spoon. So here was I. Guys, I'm coming. I'm going to do a proper protein of mine to be cooking while we discuss it. I have beef, I have parts, and I actually have goat meat as well. So it's a combination of both. So I'm just going to allow that to cook. Yeah, so before I introduce you guys to the recipe, um like I said, today has actually been a long day for me. I have three kids, three boys actually, and I have two toddlers. The other one is one. And for some while now, the one that is two has, what I mean is he hasn't been feeling too well. So we've been back and forth with that one, and it's been quite a lot. And that's this sore. Whenever it's like that, he has this sore in his mouth. So even forcing, helping him eat, like, I can't help him eat, like forcing him to eat. It takes a lot because I know he's in serious pains and you just have to eat. So we've been battling that for days now, and to the glory of God, he's actually getting better. It's just for the wound in his mouth to heal properly and dry up properly. Now, for my 1 year old, today was his immunization, right? Hmm. So I took him for immunization, yeah. They gave him two injections actually, one on his arm and the other on his lap. Do you know when they gave this my baby the injection, he didn't cry, and I was making mouth and telling my husband when I was actually leaving the hospital, the nurse told me that I should give him someone that did not cry when they gave him the injection. That there's no need to worry or bother myself for that one. So when I came back home, I was actually telling my husband that Nene did not cry. His name is Nathan, but we call him Nene in the house. They gave him on his arm. They gave him on his knee to set up and start filming when my baby is crying like what's the word I'm looking for? I just couldn't bring myself to doing it. Now it's 9 p.m. He has finally slept. They've both slept actually because the other one too still throws his tantrums. They are both sleeping, and this is the time I'm actually setting up to prepare this food. And it's been a lot for me, guys. It's really been a long day, but I'm grateful to God. They are much better, and I'm still grateful that I took him early because I went to the hospital as early as 9 a.m. So I'm still grateful that I took him early. So at least by now, maybe before he will wake up again, I think he should maybe, I believe he would be better and would have gotten himself. So that is that for me talking about my motherhood journey for a little bit. Now let's move into here. Sorry for then. I'm so sorry. So are we here? We are here to prepare egusi soup with bitter leaf. Now, some of you may know that you can use bitter leaf, some may not know. So if you know about it, good. That's very good of you. Sometimes it's not every time we use the basic vegetables we know we use. Sometimes it's good to bring in a twist. And trust me, guys, it's it's the soup is it's great, it's so delicious. And one warning, the bitter leaf, you need to be careful, you guys. Even from the name, bitter leaf, you need to be careful. You use it in moderation. If you can add too much bitter leaf into your soup, trust me, in fact, you already know, the name alone tells it all. So it's in moderation. You don't, the way you would use your normal ugu, you wouldn't dare use bitter leaf like that, except you are cooking bitter leaf soup. But this is not before. Now, moving on to our ends. I use tomatoes for my egusi. Look, there are different ways to prepare egusi soup. You know, sometimes you can do without tomatoes. You can just use your basic palm oil. Sometimes, so for this one now is for this particular recipe I'm making. Sorry, let me check my mic. Okay, so this one is for this particular recipe I'm making. I will be using tomatoes. As you can see, it's already in my blender. I have tomatoes, I have onions, I have peppers, and the whole lot. So this I'll be blending. I have here crayfish. This is it. I hope you guys can see it. So I'm going to be blending my crayfish as well. So this is the star dish. This is our egusi right here. Oops. Oh, I just spilled it. Well, that's how kitchen is. Things happen in the kitchen. When we are doing actual recipes, like if I wasn't doing live, you guys won't see this behind the scene of how sometimes you can, have all these little accidents or minor accidents in the kitchen. So since this is not like an actual recipe video, like me laying my tripod overhead, you guys don't get to see all this part. But this is one thing with live. You guys see everything, the mistakes, the errors. There's no cutting corners. This is real. So I'll be using Ero. I don't know if you guys know Ero. This is Ero locust beans. So I'm not using too much. I'm just adding a little bit. I'm going to be using periwinkles. Look at, guys, in this house, we love periwinkles a lot. So I'll be using this much. I'll be using my deboned dry fish and stockfish. That's what I have here. So dried fish and stockfish, deboned, properly deboned. Whenever you want to debone your catfish, your fish, be it catfish, dried fish, whatever it is, if you have kids, you really need to take your time to do that, settle to do that. Don't rush into it, because sometimes there might be little particles of bone still stuck by the side. So right here, I hope you guys can see clearly. Right here is my bitter leaf, washed bitter leaf. All right, I think that's that. Okay, onions. Do I need to go into all that? Onions is obvious. When you're cooking, you use onions. And I have my palm oil, which is a must. Well, before I open this one, I think I still have half. Yeah, I have a little bit here. Oops. Real kitchen. All right, so I have palm oil. I'm going to be adding my palm oil. Is there any other thing I'm forgetting? I think that's about it. So while we are here, guys, can you let me know where you're watching me from? Because I'm currently in Nigeria and I would really love to know where you are watching me from, what part of the world you are watching me from. By the way, if you are just joining, my name is EnorWise and I am a mom content creator. I create a lot of content relating to my motherhood journey, be it in a comedy form or it might be in a realistic way, but whatever it is, my content is more of my motherhood journeys and realities. So today we're in the kitchen, or we're in my kitchen, preparing egusi soup with bitter leaf. Okay, now right here on the fire, on heat, or right here cooking, is my protein. So while I'm waiting for that to cook, I've already introduced the ingredients to you guys. And okay, it's beginning to boil, but I just want to stir it. Guys, learn to stir. Sometimes I advise stir whenever you're cooking your beef or your protein, whatever it is you are using, learn to stir it a little bit so that the ingredients can properly go round. Sometimes when you just leave it till it's cooked, sometimes you end up with some part of it having more ingredients than the other part. So I'd advise you learn to stir it at intervals, not this not too aggressive turning or stirring, no, just stir it slightly and let it be. So we are still waiting for this one to cook properly. I'm going to start slicing my onions that I'll be using for this main soup. Okay, guys, don't forget to let me know where you are watching me from. Okay, let me know in the comments. And also, when was the last time you ate egusi soup? I know egusi soup in Nigeria is like one of the staple dishes we have, but sometimes whenever you eat it so often, you can decide to just pause for a little while. So let me also know in the comments, when was the last time you ate egusi soup? Okay, guys, I'm coming. I know you guys know I can't take the camera around everywhere I go to, but I'm just trying to peel these onions. I'm actually trying to take out the unwanted parts, so just hold on. By the way, guys, while we are here, can you let me know if you are preparing your egusi, how do you prepare it? Do you usually fry it? Because this method I want to do is the frying method. So do you usually fry your egusi or you boil it? Can you let me know in the comments which you prefer, which you do? Boiled egusi or fried one? So I want to chop up my onions now. And also let me know the part in your cooking process that you hate the most. Like for me, I hate chopping onions. Oh my gosh, I hate it. I hate chopping onions, but it's one of the most important steps to cooking or of cooking, so it's actually unavoidable. But I do hate chopping onions. Then sometimes you start getting teary eyes and all that, which is about to happen, and I don't want that in this life. But if it does, at least I'm cooking. Oh, I'm beginning to have teary eyes. Gosh. Oh, okay. Okay, guys, I just finished chopping my onions that I'll be using to prepare the egusi soup. Washing my hands now. Oh, my eyes. All right, guys, so while we are here, can you let me know? Because there are some days whereby you're too tired to cook. I just want to know your quick go-to meal when you're tired to cook for your kids. As for me, mine is noodles. Yeah, noodles. Sometimes if I even have bread in my house, it saves the day. To be honest with you guys, cereal is another saver or a lifesaver. Yes, cereal. So let me know in the comments your go-to meal for your lazy days, because we all have lazy days. We all do. There's nothing anybody is going to tell me. That's what makes us humans. So this is beginning to boil properly. So right at this point, I'm going to taste for seasoning to confirm everything is the way I like seasoning to be. Okay, so I'm going to add in a little bit of pepper. I love adding pepper to my meats when I'm cooking them. I want to add in salt, actually, a little bit of salt. So pepper. Then, by the way, something just occurred to me. Up with this belief that palm oil kills pepper. Have you guys heard about that before? So the quantity of pepper you'd use for a meal you're preparing that you'd use palm oil for is more, because according to what they say, I don't know if it's true, because but actually I add more pepper to my palm oil food, and I don't think I've had any. I love pepper, so I love pepper. Let me rephrase that. I used to love pepper. My kids don't. So it has made me readjust how I cook, which can be annoying. And you know, in that kind of situation, it's so tiring for you to cook your own different meal, then you prepare the one the kids will eat. It's tiring, you know, it's stressful. So there has to be a compromise, which I'm the one making the compromise. I have to make that compromise, you know, and cook something that we all can eat and enjoy. It's quite annoying actually. Okay, so now I'm going to transfer this meat here and start frying my ogbono. You know, while we're frying, you have to wait for the tomatoes to be drying. So that's why this is already cooking perfectly. So I'm going to transfer that now. Okay. All right, that's fine. I'm going to be heating up my pots. Oh, I didn't keep this paper back. So while we are waiting for this to heat up, guys, I have one question for you that you can let me know in the comments. If you had a zero cooking day, that day, you know what I mean? Zero cooking day. For that day, you are not cooking. It's just like, let's say, a free day. What will you be doing? Just let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know. You have a day off. Let's use that, yes. If you have a day off from cooking, from being a mom, from, you know, just for you to just be you alone, tell me, what will you do for that day? As for me, before I tell you what I'll be, please just type in the comments. Let me know what you will be doing. But as for me, guys, my bed would be my best friend. I'll be in bed all day. All day. I'm going to sleep all through the day. Becoming a mom, okay, this is hot enough now. I'm going to add in my palm oil. You guys usually do this thing because you know some of the palm oil is like stuck to the bottom of the bottle. So I'm just going to melt it up for it to get unstuck. See, it's not that. So you have to just put it, there's no magic to it. Just put it on a hot spot or something. Or sometimes I can do this like that. See, it's coming out. Don't leave it for long. Look at, hope you guys can see it. See? So I'm gonna add in my palm oil now. Okay, I think this should be fine. I'm the only one, and I actually can't remember what I was talking about, but I think I was talking about what to if you had a day off, right? That was what I was talking about. So I said I was in bed all day. I was going to marry my bed, right? So while we wait for it to get hot, let me just take this one out. To get hot. Guys, don't bleach your palm oil. Just allow it get hot, properly hot. Then you start the frying. Oops, I'm frying. I've not blended my. Okay, let me turn down this heat. I've not blended my egusi. See, if I was in a normal video, you guys don't see all this, so but this is the real. All right, blend my egusi. The oil is more than hot enough now. I'm just going to throw this in. Actually reduced it. Okay. Can you guys hear the sizzle? Hope you guys can hear the sizzle. So and this tomatoes now. So all I did was pause because I don't want it perfectly smooth. I don't want it perfectly smooth. Just I only do my tomatoes to be perfectly smooth most times when I'm doing stew, not stuff like this. But okay, let me pause it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now our onions have gone in, and you're just gonna fry for a bit. Guys, you need to come and start perceiving. There's something about onions when it hits hot oil, be it granite oil or vegetable oil or palm oil. There's something about it. So now I'm going in with my Iru. I want the Iru in now. Some people is when they put in their tomatoes, they put in their Iru, but for this one, I want to go in with my Iru at this point. Hmm, this is heavenly. So I'm just gonna allow that fry for a bit. Please, if you are enjoying this live, please hit the like button. Let YouTube know that this egusi is banging. Guys, please hit the like button, okay? Now we're going to go in with our pepper mix. Guys, my kitchen smells amazing. Okay, going with the pepper mix. Oops, it's splashing. Oh, this tiny one can't go to waste. I'm going to add in a little bit of water, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, then pour it in. Okay, you're shaking. Everything must go. Everything must go in. All right, I think that's fine. Now we're just going to wait for the tomatoes to dry up or begin to dry up. While we are waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and start blending my crayfish. Okay. Let me go ahead and start blending my crayfish. By the way, guys, who makes the best egusi in your family? There are some families, their husbands cook well, even more than their wives, I must say. So I'm just curious to know, even in your parents' home generally, your mom, your dad, who makes the best egusi soup? And by the way, are you team egusi or team ogbono? Hope you know ogbono soup. Do you prefer ogbono? Do you like that draw vibe you get, or you just like it simple, which is egusi? So team egusi, team ogbono. Okay, guys, it's gonna be a bit noise because I want to blend this now. Guys, I'm sorry for that noise. I know it was kind of noisy here. I want to start sneezing. Sorry. So what was I asking? Team Egusi or Team Ogbono? Yeah. Hope you guys have dropped it in the comments to let me know the team you belong to. Team Egusi or Team Ogbono? And yeah, another thing. This egusi soup is actually versatile, okay? Egusi soup in general is a versatile kind of dish. You can eat it with different forms of swallow. You can even eat it with rice. I think some people go as far as eating it with yam. I think. But anyway, I wanted to know what what is your best go-to combo for egusi soup? Is it swallow? What kind of swallow? Or is it rice? Just let me know in the comments while we wait for this to dry up. By the way, if you are just joining me, guys, I think this thing just splashed on me. God. All right, so if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is EnorWise and welcome to my live. We are cooking egusi soup with bitter leaf. This is the twist. Not everybody knows that you can prepare egusi soup with bitter leaf, but my advice to you is when you do, use the bitter leaf in moderation. Don't overdo it because otilo. Just use it in moderation, okay? And what else? What else? What else? Yeah, I think that's just the major ish. Sometimes these things can waste time, especially when you want to be quick in the kitchen. Oh, the meat is looking nice. I'm going to turn it off at this point, guys, because this is like, I think 70-80% done. It's going to cook fully in the soup. By the way, what taught you guys how to cook? Was it your mom, your grandma, your dad, or YouTube trials and error? Let me know in the comments, okay? Well, for me, I would say my mom taught me how to cook. But you know, one thing with life is as you are growing, you still learn some things along the way, you know. So I learned from other places, but my major teacher was my mom. Speaking of my mom teaching me how to cook, I remember growing up when my mom told me that I should prepare food because you know, starting up, you'll stand beside your mom in the kitchen, you'll be watching what they are doing, how they are doing every bit, every step, every process. You have to be watching it. So until you graduate to being able to cook independently. So my mom wanted me to graduate, and I was actually nervous, guys. I was scared, I was nervous, and the thing she did that day, she wasn't around though. She left everything, the ingredients, she dropped everything and dropped the message for me to prepare the soup before she comes back from work. I was scared. I was nervous. I didn't know what to do. You know, I'm talking about my very first time cooking independently. I'm confessing something to you guys, which my mom does not even know about till today. Guys, okay, I so there was beef, there was all the I honestly can't even remember the particular food, but I know it was a soup. So there was beef normal. So do you know the mistake I made? Sorry, let me check if this mic is working. Okay, it's working. So do you know the mistake I made, guys? I did not wash my beef before I put it into the stew, a bit soup or whatever it is. I can't, it's been a long time. But I remember very well I did because I was nervous. I was scared. What if it turns out bad? What if the taste comes out horrible? I was nervous. I was so nervous to the point that I forgot to wash the meat before putting it into the food. Hmm. I not try and tell my mama. I did not tell my mom. My mom, we all ate that food like that. I'm just imagining if she sees this video now, she will hear this part I'm confessing to you guys. And so she'll be like, all these years, this is what you have done. So let me know in the comments, guys, the moment you became an independent cook, I'm sure we all made mistakes. Well, if I'm the only one, then fine. But I believe we all made mistakes. Let me know in the comments what you did. Maybe you burnt the food, like totally burnt it. Just let me know in the comments. Okay, I think this thing is frying nicely, but we're still gonna allow it fry. It has to dry up properly. Please, if you are just joining us, kindly let me know in the comments where you are watching us from or watching me from. I'd love to hear from you, talk, relate with you and we can only do that in the comments. So please kindly let me know in the comments and give this live a like. Please, guys, give it a like so that YouTube will know that the egusi is egusiing. It cannot even rhyme properly, but they will know that something is cooking here. Okay, so kindly give it a thumbs up and let me know where you are watching me from. So far so good. Protein is ready. That's what we have on the other pot. I hope you guys can see it from here, from there. So our protein is ready and I am frying the egusi. Now, speaking of frying the egusi, there are some times you have to mix your egusi with water, then you scoop it in. Like I said earlier on, there are different ways to prepare your egusi soup. There's no perfect way, but they are all, you know, they are all great ways, I must say, to prepare your egusi soup. Some people don't even fry their egusi soup. Sometimes I don't even use tomatoes for my egusi soup. Some people go as far as using tin tomatoes. I've seen tin tomatoes. I don't use tin tomatoes, but I have seen tin tomatoes being used for egusi soup. But for this particular recipe, I am using fresh tomatoes and peppers and my egusi. I am not going to be doing that um, pattern, that technique of mixing your egusi with water and scooping it in, like as if you are frying akara. I'm not gonna do that. I want the properly fried egusi. That's what I'm craving. So, and I'll be adding in bitter leaves instead of your normal regular leaf, which may be ugu and all that. So bitter leaves used in moderation. Okay. So that's that. So let me know in the comments where you are watching me from. And by the way, if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is EnorWise and I'm a mom content creator. You can check out my channel and see a lot of humorous mom content there, relatable mom contents. So check out my channel, guys, and don't miss out. By the way, our pepper mix is frying nicely. So I'm just going to give it a quick stir and we are going to wait for that to fry a little bit. While it's frying, guys, I want to check up on my kids and I'll be back in a jiffy. Okay, I'm back, guys. If exhausted was a person, that would be me. I am exhausted, but we gotta move. Okay, this is frying nicely, but I'm still gonna allow that fry for a little bit. And okay, oh, the kids are still sleeping, guys. How do you balance motherhood and cooking? How? Tell me. Well, I feel one of the things I can do, or I do actually, is I just cook and stock up in my freezer. I cook and store in my freezer. But sometimes, based on I create content, I have to cook in real time. So that kind of takes a toll. But I think one way, or one of the best ways, is just to cook and store in your refrigerator or freezer, whichever one. So let me know in the comments. Maybe you can share your tips with me so I can learn from it. You know, how you balance up your motherhood journey and your cooking time in the kitchen. Like, I really am curious to know. You're gonna be helping or saving me. I'm trying to get my seasoning and my salt. I don't think I'm going to be using peppers, dried peppers for this again, because I already added enough pepper in my stew, my stock earlier. So this soup I'm cooking is kind of much, guys. So I'm going to be using this and this. So let me show you, one and a half. But I'm going to keep this half aside. I'm going to use just this one, and if I feel I need to adjust the seasoning, then I'll add in the half. So this is just backup. So I'm still gonna allow this fry for a little bit. I want it properly fried. Not there yet. Oops. So guys, if you could only eat one soup, one soup for the rest of your life, what would it be? Can you let me know in the comments? I'm curious to know. Just one soup for the rest of your life. What soup are you going to pick and why? Hmm, this is coming together nicely. It's just as if I should go and get a foam or a mat and just lie it here and start sleeping. That's how exhausted I am. But why I like one of the reasons why I like this soup is it doesn't take time to prepare. Once you can just couple everything in it, compared to soups like banga soup. Imagine you want to cook banga soup. I don't know if you guys know banga soup. And speaking of banga soup, just let me know what you'd like to see me cook next in the comments, and I will look into it. Okay? You want to cook banga soup, you have to start, you have to work on getting the banga stock, which requires you to cook the banga. Then you start finding, as in working on draining it. You have not started the main cooking process, so it's a whole lot. A whole lot. Okay, this is frying nicely. By the way, if you are just joining in, guys, we are cooking egusi soup live and direct with bitter leaf. And if you are just seeing this face for the first time, my name is EnorWise, and I'm a mom content creator, meaning that I create a lot of relatable, raw, honest mom content, and you can go through my channel and see them for yourself. Trust me, you don't want to miss any part of it, because this is the realities, or one of the realities. This is the reality of motherhood. So I give it to you raw and unfiltered. And right here now is our pepper mix that we are waiting for to dry up properly. Our protein is ready. It's what I have in this other pot here. I hope you guys can see it clearly. And this is coming together nicely, but I still want it to dry up properly. So I'll be back, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys, and I guess it's drying properly. Yeah, it's perfect, exactly how I want it to be. And right now I'm going to be adding in my seasoning cubes. Okay, let me just wash my hands. So I actually shared with you guys my mistake I made when I was way younger. So I want to hear from you. I'm going to be adding in salt, by the way. So I'd like to hear from you guys. Have you ever made a major mistake while cooking, and what was your remedy? What was your remedy to that? What did you do to correct it? Okay, I'm gonna stir this properly together. This thing is trying. It wants to make me sneeze. Let me see if I can hold it. No, I don't think I can hold it. I wanna sneeze. Right, so this is coming together nicely. I think it's stopped. So dry for a bit. I'm gonna let it fry for a bit, guys. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Let YouTube know that we are grooving in my kitchen. Please, please. It's very important, it's very necessary. So we are still waiting for this to fry properly. And don't forget to stir at intervals, guys, because it tends to burn quickly. So in my egusi, I actually blended my egusi with crayfish, but I still blended a little bit more. So my egusi is gonna go in next, and I'm still gonna fry it properly. If you have never tried this recipe before, guys, look into doing it because this recipe is amazing. You know, it's amazing. And trust me, when you try this recipe, you'll come back to tell me how it went because you are going to testify to its deliciousness. Okay, actually, I would like to taste for salt if I'm going to be needing a little bit more salt before I add in my egusi. Okay. Hmm. This is heaven, guys. Okay. As you can see so far, guys, I have not been doing measurements in this kitchen. I cook as the spirit leads. But I want to know, what do you do in your kitchen? Do you use measurements to cook? The only time I feel I use measurements is when baking, but when I'm cooking like this, I hardly do measurements. But if I'm baking, yes, that is unavoidable. But I want to know, I would like to know in the comments. So now I'm gonna throw in my egusi so as to fry it together with the tomato mix. Let them discuss and let us know what is going on. This thing is, it's not like the pepper is much, or I don't know why it's disturbing me. Hmm, guys, this is looking beautiful. Hmm, I wish I can show you guys. So now I'm going to take down my heat so it doesn't burn easily. Egusi soup tends to burn so quick. So take down your heat. I'm still going to take it down a little bit more because I want this thing to fry properly without burning. Hmm. Look at the vibrant color. Hmm. So I think it's too low, so I'm gonna increase it a little bit more and allow that to fry. Fry, baby. Let that fry. And I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So there's this movie that I'm watching in the living room. Oh, look at the oil is floating nicely at the top. Sorry, let me shut the kitchen door. Oops, why are you not shutting? Okay, I think we're good. So there's it's on next to a monkey. Hope you guys understood. I don't want to say it because of YouTube to a monkey. That's the title of the movie by Kemi Adetiba. It's on YouTube. Mm, this is perfect. So I'm going to be adding in my dried fish at this point, guys. My deboned fish. Hope you guys can see. Me is my left hand. Okay. Everything must go in. Oh, we are not leaving anyone. Okay, so allow that fry. At this point, I'm going to increase my heat a little bit. So allow that fry properly. So normally, guys, I usually add pomo to most of my soups. Like I dice my pomos, but I forgot to buy the day I went to get when I went to the market. But all the same, you can add pomo. You dice your pomo, make it a little bit chunky. Don't dice it too tiny. Make it a little bit chunky so that when you pick one, you know you're eating something. Okay, this is frying nicely, guys. We are still frying. Oh, fry away. So at this point, I'm going to be adding in my periwinkles. If you cook your egusi exactly the way I'm showing you, trust me, you're going to come back and tell me how nice it is. I know you guys can't really see my pot like that, so I'm going to show you what my pot is looking like. Hope you guys can see it. So that's what my pot is looking like currently. So I'm just going to keep frying. Fry, fry, fry. I'm going to leave that to fry for a bit. So that movie I said I was into, Buy a Monkey. It's actually okay. I'm not really a Nollywood kind of person, no, but I think this one it's okay. It's not bad, but I think they're like it's a limited series, so I can't really tell because I think we're just in like episode one. I've not even entered to safe. I don't even know at this point. But so far so good. It's okay. If the guy has been suffering, I'm not gonna spoil it here. Go and watch it and let me know. If you have watched it before, if you've already watched it, kindly let me know in the comments how it goes. This egusi is frying nicely, guys. Like by the time, how do you know it's frying properly? Is the oil begin to float to the top, and right now I can see my oil floating. If I lift it now to show you guys, it might stop floating because it's off the heat. So I I can't. But anyway, the oil is floating nicely. So I'm gonna give that a quick stir. It's fried nicely, guys. This is the fried egusi with Bitterleaf method. Frying nicely. So at this point, I'm going to be adding in my crayfish. Just add in my crayfish. Okay, I'm not going to add in everything yet. Guys, I'm sorry, I was thirsty. Whew. Ah, it's not easy to talk and cook at the same time. I wonder how the musicians are doing it. Okay, I think I'm okay now. All right, back to our food. I added in my crayfish, so I'm just gonna give that a quick stir. Stir, stir. We're still frying it. While we are at that, I'm just gonna take my meat. Mm, this meat, guys. As I just opened it now, the aroma. So I didn't add my the whole of my crayfish. I left a little bit because I'm gonna be adding it in later. So now I'm gonna add in my meat. Okay, here goes it. I just love the way the oil is just bubbling in this my soup. So sometimes when I'm boiling my meat for soup, I tend to add a bit more water because I don't really like adding in water when I'm cooking. I prefer to just use the meat stock, chicken stock, whatever protein stock I'm using as my water. So I'm going to reduce this heat a little bit. I just prefer using the water of my meat stock and it's fine. So I only add water when it's like, excuse me, totally necessary. Hope this thing is on. Okay, it's on. When it's absolutely necessary, that's when I add in water. But I'd rather just have enough stock to avoid using water. So that's one hack, guys. I'm not saying you should turn your meat stock into well low. Just know how you use it, how you do it. Because I'm recording, I can't, and it's for YouTube, I can't play music. Usually when I'm in the kitchen, I'm either watching something or I'm playing music. That way I don't feel bored or alone. Although my kids and my husband share, they always with me. It's because my kids are sleeping and my husband actually is kind of busy. So yeah, if not, you guys would have seen one or two by now. And I told you it's already late here. Okay, I think that's all of. Okay, I still have one here. Okay, so that's everything. I'm just gonna give that a quick stir. Mind you, I've not added in my stock yet. This is just the meat. I'm just gonna give that a quick stir. Wow, my pot looks amazing, guys. I'm going to show you what my pot is looking like. I'm coming. Let me just stir it properly. On my hand there, when you are cooking this soup, it's as if you are doing hand exercise. Most soup actually, not just egusi. My hands are hurting. So I want to quickly show you guys what my soup is looking like. Oh, hope you guys can see it, but this is what we have so far. You see how it's looking good, guys. So I'm going to increase my heat a little bit. So I'm working on my vegetables, guys. I want to chop it up a little bit. looking too long. Please, when you are cooking this soup, be careful with your bitter leaf. Oh. Else, na story. Oh. Just don't use too much bitter leaf. A little goes a long way. Where is my knife? Take another knife. A little goes a long way, so this bitter leaf, I tasted it, is actually quite bitter. Let's check on our soup. It's just as if Jesus, did you guys see the accident? It's just as if I should tie this pot of soup and start drinking it if it's possible. See the accident, oh. Show you how exhausted I am. Just that I had to make this life happen. So at this point, I'm going to be adding in my stock. So normally or usually, you sieve your stock, but I know I'm not having any particles or bone, whatever, because I didn't really use bone for this. I'm just going to add in my stock. Okay, I didn't add the bottom part. That is fine. So I'm just going to give that a quick stir. Increase my heat and allow that come to a boil. So like I said, I'm not going to be adding water to this soup again because the stock is fine for me. So I'm just going to cover that for a bit while I keep working on my bitter leaf. This bitter leaf is really bitter. So I just want to wash it for a little bit, just a little bit more, because I feel if I pour this one like that into my food, and I'm not using too much, or just little. Just wash it for a little bit. Guys, I'm here. I'm just washing the bitter leaf a little bit. It tasted really, I know it's bitter leaf for a reason, but I still want to, loosen it up a little bit. So while the egusi is boiling there, almost all of our ingredients have gone in. Whenever you are using bitter leaf, do you prefer to wash it from beginning yourself, or you buy the already washed one from the market? Well, for me, it depends. Sometimes I buy the already washed one if I don't really need much. But sometimes I wash myself, which takes a lot. Guys, I'm here. You just need a moment to watch this thing a little bit. I told you guys it was actually quite bitter. So just trying to wash it up a little bit. So let's check our soup now. I'm sure everything have oh, look at the way the oil is floating. Hmm. I hope you guys can see. This thing should not fall again the way it did that time. So at this point, I'm just going to add in my remaining crayfish. We are going to test for salt and seasoning if I need to adjust my seasoning, but I want this one to boil again because crayfish too gives it its own kind of sweetness. So I'm going to leave that to boil some more while I keep working on this bitter leaf. Oops, I just splashed water on myself. Imagine if I had not tasted this bitter leaf, like tasted it first before putting it into my soup. I'm the only one that will eat this soup, but my kids that are picky eaters, they won't eat it though. Thank God I tasted it before washing and just dumping into my pot of soup. Okay, so I think this should be fine. Okay, while that is sitting, I'm coming back to check if I need to adjust my seasoning. So I'm just gonna give that a quick stir. Let's taste. I wish you guys can taste this thing yourself and see for yourself that I'm not capping. I think it's perfect too, but I'm still gonna add a little bit of more seasoning. Yeah, I'm gonna add that half Maggie that time. Where is it? So let me just wash my hands, then I'll add in salt. Just a little bit and a pinch more. I think this will cover it. Give that a quick stir. Oops, look at the way the thing is splashing. Wow. Okay, so while that is cooking, I'm going to be trying to tidy up my kitchen real quick because everywhere is a mess. Guys, please let me know where you are watching me from, okay? Let me know in the comments where you're watching me from. And if you are just joining us, I'm cooking egusi soup, or should I say I'm almost done cooking egusi soup. So right now I'm just trying to clear up my sink area. It's kind of a mess with the dishes I used in cooking. So while I'm waiting for the soup to cook, I miss playing music. Oh, are you guys like me? Like when you're in the kitchen, you tend to watch movies while cooking, or you play music too, just while you wait time. Okay. This is just splattering everywhere. If there's anything like that on my hands, it burns me. Oh, on my hands. I think I'm going to cover it for a bit. Let me just cover it. So I'm not going to cover everything. I'm just going to cover one part of it. I woke up in a new book. Oh, be careful. YouTube. I was actually singing the trend. I don't know how those people are doing that trend. Like their head is it not hitting the floor? I've seen the ones when they are doing with the kids. They wear the kids protective gears and all that. But I'm just wondering. The Nicki Minaj trend is something else. The person doing the trend or the person that created the trend was on the floor. But humans now, they've changed it. Some are hanging on door frames, some are hanging on dumbbells, or is it standing or sitting or squatting on dumbbells? Like it's crazy. So our soup is looking nice. I'm just gonna give it one more quick taste and whew, I know if I need to add anything more. Mm, perfecto. So I'm just still gonna allow that simmer for a bit while I keep on doing the dishes. Hi guys, welcome to my life and right now we are cooking egusi soup. We're almost done or I am almost done and it's almost ready. So I'm going to be adding in the last ingredient on the list, which is bitter leaf. So let me just give my hand a quick wash. So I'll be using bitter leaf for this recipe. Not ugu, not your normal ugu or the other leaves that you use, just bitter leaf. That is the twist. I hope you guys know about cooking egusi soup with bitter leaf. So my bitter leaf is, look at, I told you don't do too much else. Oops, the thing just splashed on me. So just gonna add in that much bitter leaf. Hope you guys saw what I did. Just that handful. Just pick out the little ones here. There's nothing much, just that, and it's fine. Imagine this bitter leaf. When I wanted to buy it in the market, they told me that the cheapest they sell is 500 naira. And I was like, I actually don't need a lot of quantity. I just need a little. They said they don't care. That that's how they do it. That I have to buy the 500 naira worth of the bitter leaf. And I'm like, okay, fine. If that's what you guys want me to buy, no problem because I really need the bitter leaf. So I want to show you guys. Look at what I use. Look at the quantity they give to me. Look at that's now this one is there. I don't even know what I'm going to use it to do yet. Whew, wait, this thing is splashing in. So I'll allow that to boil a little bit more. before we call it a day. By the way, let me drink my water. So cooking egusi with bitter leaf is like, I think, one of my mom's favorite recipes because she doesn't really like, she's not like she forbids it. That's just her preference. I think she prefers this egusi with bitter leaf a lot because growing up with her, this was mostly how she prepared hers because it was mostly egusi with bitter leaf she prepared back then growing up. So this recipe is one of my mom's favorite recipes and it's amazing. I don't know how many times I've said amazing in this life, but it's amazing. Well, anyway, um, we are done with the cooking part, or everything now has entered the pot, but I'm still waiting for it to cook properly, come together properly. And yeah, I think we still have about 10 more minutes to go. So while we are waiting for that to simmer, I'm gonna keep on clearing up. What? You haven't running on yet. I told you ever since now. He woke up. He's awake now, or he has slept back. Hmm. Okay. Woo! You guys need to see this. If I lift it up now, you might not see the oil floating at the top. Let's try. Look at. I hope you guys can see it. So our food, ew, the way this thing splashes, eh? This is perfect. Okay, I think our egusi is ready. Woo! It splashed all over my hand. So that's it for this live, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for tagging along with me on this special Egusi Soup with Bitterleaf journey. If you know you enjoyed this live, kindly hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And if you are watching the replay, kindly do so too. And if you do recreate this recipe, kindly let me know. Share it with me. I am EnorWise everywhere. All my socials, I am EnorWise. So share it with me and let me know how it goes. And don't forget to stay wise, stay hungry. Don't stay hungry, eat food. Food is good. But if you have any recipe you want me to cook next, just let me know in the comments and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye. Okay, quick one. Let me see before I hang up if I can show you what is looking. Okay, see, see, it's splashing on me, guys. So that's the soup. And trust me, it's a banger. Oh, my hand. So that's what we have, guys. So I'll see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.